Hi there, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Decided to do this video rather atypically, right? In a setting that is somewhat mundane, right? I'm on my morning run. And why? Because I feel that Valentine's Day is just like every other day, truthfully. It is, in its true, real sense, right? Not in the superficial, societal sense of how it's viewed. In the truest sense, being about love, right? That celebration occurs every day, right? Every day is a celebration of our existence as souls, as light, as love. And so, you know, if you're feeling, I don't feel the love, right? I don't feel the love. I feel like I need the love. I feel like I must search for the love. I must find the love, right? Where is the love? If you find yourself asking yourself that, right? Go within yourself. Connect to yourself in that space of stillness, because that is the only place you will find it. The only place. True love exists within yourself. It's the unison, the unity, the relationship between your soul self and your human perception, awareness, and existence. Once you can merge those two parallels, and find peace there, that's where you will feel the boundless love, the most true and authentic form of it that exists. And true love is that. It is boundless. It is abundant, right? And true love, I believe, even between two people, is just the recognition and the reflection of the love that those two people are within and of themselves, right? I don't believe that love can be given. I don't believe that love can be taken. I don't believe that love is tangible. I don't believe it's conditional, right? True love and true fulfillment and satisfaction of the soul is realizing the soul in and of itself, acknowledging it, acknowledging that it is love and light, that you are love and light, and that we are here to appreciate that space within each one of us, right? And I believe that that's really what forms, right, a true and authentic, healthy, positive, and empowering relationship. One that in which both people, right, recognize the other person's soul path, right? Recognizes that that person is already love. They don't need me to validate them. I don't need to validate, right, them. I don't need to make them feel love. I just appreciate them. I appreciate their path. And I want to support that, and I want to encourage that, and I want to empower that. And vice versa, right? Both people. So I believe that if you're looking for a relationship, right? You're looking for that soulmate. You're looking for the one, quote unquote. First, connect with this one, right? With the one that you have inside, with the one that you are, with the one that you were born as a soul, right? And the one that you will leave as a soul. Everything here in life, in the interim, in the interval, right? This chapter of life, are merely experiences, right? That enable us to achieve that soul growth, right? So the experiences of relationships, whatever they may be, friends, anything, right? These are all circumstances that allow us to achieve that soul growth, right? Ultimate soul satisfaction, which again, it moves so far and beyond Valentine's Day, right? You're not living for Valentine's Day, right? It's not the love of Valentine's Day where you're like, oh, I'm happy now, right? So it's really, it's about finding yourself, first and foremost, finding yourself, finding your truth, connecting with that in a super solid way. And then it's about finding, right, or just being open and receptive to, which I believe you will be at that stage once you're solid within yourself, right? Then you're just open. You're no longer searching, you're open. You're open to see what comes, right? And you're accepting. And you're appreciative. And more importantly, you can recognize, right, what truly vibrates with you positively, what truly supports your best and most authentic you, what supports your truth as a soul, right? But you have to find that first. You have to find that within yourself. Who am I? What's my truth? What's authentic to me, right? Within me, within myself. Before anybody tries to come in and give that to me, right? I want to find it for myself, and I want to be the one, right, who provides that unconditional love and support, that unity, that bond of the two halves of myself that make me who I am on this soul journey. So I believe that, right, once you enter that space of unconditional love and fulfillment within yourself, then you can be open to recognizing, right, those who come into your life, who are attracted to that vibration that you are emitting and want to support it and want to just simply support it, right? Not validate it, right? Support it. I appreciate you. I support you. I love the love that you are. I appreciate the love that you are. And it's the people who tell you that who truly, right? Who truly, you know, are aligned with you and with your soul path, right? And it's those people who remind you that you already are love. That it's not externalized. It's the irony. It's the irony, right? So, on this day and on every day, remember that you are love. And you are light. You are harmony and vibration. And tune into that, right? Whenever you feel lack, right? Which is just another form of not being calibrated within yourself, right? So I hope that this was helpful in some way. It's a lesson I'm living through. It's a lesson I've learned. It's a lesson I've experienced, right? It's not easy. It's not easy. At the end of the day, we are human. We are human. We have these senses. We have the human senses, right? But it's zooming out and realizing that everything in this world is somewhat of an illusion. It's realizing that when we zoom out, right, we realize what all of this is about. All of this, why we're here, right? And then when you realize that, when you truly grasp that, then you're going to start seeing things differently, right? You start to recognize people that enter your life in a completely different way. Experiences that you experience. Everything then becomes a tool to grow on this journey as a soul, right? Which is boundless, transcendental. And you can achieve boundless growth in that way, all right? So thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. This was a topic that I was compelled to share. And I hope that it was of love and light to you all, right? So I'll be proceeding with your readings now, and have a wonderful Valentine's Day as a celebration of the love you are and this reflective space that you share with others. Bye.
Sagittarius. Hi everyone, how are you? Hope you're having a great Valentine's Day. I feel like this card wants to come out. I'm gonna pull it. Verse 7 of Swords. Okay. Lots of signs here for this Valentine's Day reading are getting a release of truth in some shape or form. Virgo, Scorpio, Leo. The release of truth. Also Cancer. Lots. This wants to come out for you. Okay. These want to come out. Ooh, very interesting. Scorpio just got this card. You're getting an overlap, I'm feeling, of energy with Scorpio. If you have a Scorpio moon rising or ascendant sign, then you might want to check that video out. Or if you know a Scorpio like archetype of a person, then it could provide some further insight, as it seems to be some overlap. Very interesting. You also have at the base of your reading the 6 of Swords in reverse. And Scorpio just got this card as well. This was a central theme for them. So Sagittarius, I am compelled to really reiterate, if you know a Scorpio, or if you have Scorpio in your chart somewhere prominently, check it out. Check that Scorpio video out, all right? Now, theme, 6 of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Ace of Wands in reverse, overlaying the Hermit in reverse, okay? So I'm sensing there's a holding back of some sort of beginning with something in some shape or form, something that you have been in a period of rumination of, perhaps. It's almost like, but then you have this Daughter of Wands right beneath the Hermit, which is very opposite energy, which is very enterprising energy. Okay. I want to get to the rest of the spread. I'm feeling that I want to get to this before I address that, all right? At the very top, you have the 9 of Swords and Judgment in reverse, sort of as the 2 top cards. You then have the 7 of Swords in reverse, sort of beneath, and I'm feeling associated with the 9 of Swords, and the High Priestess in reverse, right beneath the Judgment card. 2 major arcana overlaying one another. Very significant, very interesting. Judgment in reverse, speaking to, let me tune in before I say so. Hold on 1 second. Sagittarius, you have a lot of swords cards here, right? You have 3, the 6, the 9, and the 7. All in, 2 in reverse. The 9 is upright. I'm sensing that you want to make a change with something. You want to transform something. You want to make a decision about something. You want to put something to rest, Sagittarius. Something that has been eating you up alive for what seems to be quite a long period of time, right? Something that is confusing to you in some way. Something that baffles you, right? That it's like something is confusing. Like something is like, some situation doesn't feel right. And you want to rise above it. You want to transform from it. You want to move away from it into the light, right? But there's a resistance. There's some sort of resistance to let go of this Nine of Swords. For some reason, right? In some shape or form. As we're also kind of finding with the Six of Swords in reverse. A resistance to leaving old ways behind, old thoughts, old thinking, old conversations, right, with others or with ourselves, old self-talk, right? There's a resistance to let it go and rise up into the rainbow, right, in a way. And this can be in regards to love. This can be in regards to a love relationship, right? Because you know what I'm feeling, Sagittarius, is that if we're tapping more into the emotional realm, right, to what seems like past energy that's been in the sort of archives, your energetic archives, right? I don't feel like this is front and center for you. At the very base, right, of your theme, you have the Daughter of Wands upholding all of this energy. Really like a strong burst of energy, very independent energy, right? Very clear, concise, fires very directive energy. Wielding that wand. So I'm sensing in regards to your career, and especially given your previous readings that we've been tapping into, you are, this is like a peripheral situation, peripheral energy. This isn't like sort of determining, right, how you feel in this period of time on a day-to-day basis. I'm sensing. It could be for some of you, but I'm sensing that really, right? In a way, you're like, I'm not going to deal with, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to like be black or white about it. I'm just going to not deal with it. And I'm going to focus on my creative craft. I'm not going to focus on the maybe heartbreak of a situation or maybe the confusion about a situation, something that left me sort of confused and thinking a lot about it in terms of like logically, like what happened, like, you know, that kind of thing, tracing of thoughts. Like, you're not going to deal with that. But in not dealing with it, right, you don't let it go. And you also don't let yourself go in a way, right? Perhaps. Like you, this energy still remains, is what I'm feeling and what I'm sensing. This energy, in some shape or form, is what I mean. It remains. But you've let it go in a way of like your outward focus, right? You're very active in a way. You're very active in a way. Very focused on something creative, on something enterprising, something that speaks to your individual, you know, your ability to create, your personal identity. But there's a situation that's looming in your subconscious, perhaps, that in your past caused you a lot of confusion or stagnancy, right? And you haven't yet risen above completely that situation in some shape or form where you were like, okay, I understand it now. I don't want this and I want this, right? And you didn't speak, it seems. There is a lot of energy that is not outwardly handled. There's a lot beneath the surface. There's a lot that's going on that is not clear, right? Look at these two cards on top of each other. right? There's a lot of chaos, right, to these cards. And you want to rise above the chaos, right? But there's a resistance. There's a resistance in some shape or form, perhaps, or there was a resistance. And so you were beckoned to follow your intuition. High Priestess, the most intuitive card in the deck. But I'm sensing you felt like, okay, I'm following my intuition, right? But your intuition still kind of pointed to like something is not right about the situation. I can't completely follow my intuition, just leave it. Something is not settled in some sort of way, okay? And there were sort of many thoughts, right? Many even, it's like the things we say versus the things we think. That's what this card speaks to. And when it's in reverse, it's kind of like, okay, the High Priestess and the Seven of Swords are in reverse. And Judgment is in reverse. It's like you've given up playing a game. See, this is a game, in a way. This can be a game. It's like everything points this way. All of these 6 swords point this way. But this one sword that we are lying on top of is pointing in the other direction. Right? It's like we feel something, we know something, we want to say something, but we're not saying it. We're not communicating clearly about it. Kyanite, communication stone, right at the very top. I'm zooming in on that. Again, many signs, many signs. Communication is a big, big theme for this Valentine's Day reading. Okay? So there is, but I'm sensing, right, that you kind of, you gave up the game side of it, of withholding something, right, and like, of not communicating clearly, right? You kind of just, you removed yourself from the situation in some sort of way and followed your intuition looking on into the future. So in a way, it's like you transformed from it, but it's not like head on. It's like a little bit resistant. It's like, I want to resolve this. I want to resolve this, right? I don't want to just let it go and rise into this rainbow, right? It's like you want to still kind of figure it out because, see, swords are very intellectual energy. It's air. It speaks to the communication that we have with others. It speaks to the communication that we have with ourselves. So there is a situation I'm feeling that regarded, right, that could have been emotional, but then really, right, took on a very intellectualized sort of air, right? One in which the perception of the situation became skewed and there was no real resolution to it. But that period of remaining in this sort of energy of stagnancy and focusing on this is over with. You're no longer just remaining in the 9 of Swords sort of space, being subject to it and involved in it in an active way. You are transforming the way that you are involved in it, but it's still somewhat in your midst, in the back of your mind. This transformation has yet to fully take place. I'm sensing because, right, it's almost like okay, I'm feeling like this transformation is in a way taking place, but in an indirect way. It's sort of like the transformation is taking place when it's in reverse. The bird is flying down into the High Priestess, which is in reverse. And the High Priestess is looking over at the right, which is the future. So even though these 2 cards are in reverse, I'm sensing that you're going with the flow. You're going with the flow of what you feel and you think you should be doing. You're not making a black or white decision like goodbye or like hello. Like you are like, I'm going to just let it be. Like, yes, it was confusing and it's confusing. So I'm just going to not make a very clear decision about it. I'm going to consult my intuition and I'm going to move forward. I'm going to be open to the situation, whatever it kind of turns into, but I'm not going to try to define it or determine it or control it in any kind of way, right? So, it's not like you're going to take the stand and the initiative with turning the situation around, I'm feeling, right? maybe you had wanted to at some point, but you realize that this is not the direction that you want to go, and you want to move towards your intuition on a path that speaks to your personal growth. And I'm feeling that's where this very creative energy comes through, is like the substitute almost, like, not dealing with this. This isn't something that I want to deal with. It's not conducive. I'm not really seeing an answer from all this energy. I'm not seeing an answer, right? We're not seeing eye to eye. It's not conducive. It's kind of chaotic. And so, instead of trying to force a path, right, through all this confusion and be the one who takes charge of it and ruminates on it and thinks about it, right, I'm going to step into my personal power of creation and identity and follow my path individually, right? With the High Priestess, this speaks to transformation of your being. Absolute transformation, right? The inversion. Especially when you're going from the Judgment card to the High Priestess, it's like transformation, swooping up, flying into the world of the High Priestess, which is boundless. The High Priestess is like chilling on the earth, right? And she's kind of like, or he's kind of like, or they're kind of like in this alternate reality. It's a very wondrous card. It's a very enchanting card, right? It's like the whole world's like possibilities await. And the High Priestess in reverse is looking right over off into the future. So you're not planning, right? And I'm sensing you stepped away from the situation. You're not planning on trying to deal and hash this out, right? You're dealing with it in a way that is indirect in some shape or form, but you're rising above it. This is very petty energy. This is energy that involves other people, that is very, maybe even in some ways combative, right? You're rising above it, and you got 2 major arcana that you're flying out with. You are becoming one with yourself, and with this Daughter of Wands in your base, oh yeah, you're being driven not by the situation any longer. You're being driven by your soul truth, your soul path. Your personal inner transformation is what is your priority. You're like, I'm not dealing with this petty drama. I am dealing with my truth. And you know what? It's like not about this isolated situation and case that's confusing and keeps me in the dark, keeps me wondering, you know? It's not conducive. It's about finding, right, the path that leads to my ultimate growth. I mean, even look at these 2 cards together. So interesting on top of each other. It's like radiating light when they're together like that. And it's so, there's so much movement. There's so much open-mindedness and optimism, right? With this bird flying right into the High Priestess looking right off into the future. Beautiful. Beautiful. You're alchemizing this situation. You're not letting it affect you any longer. Sagittarius. Beautiful. Okay? Ride that wave. Ride that wave. Continue to tap into your creativity. Whatever it is that you seem to be on a clear path with, follow that. You're wielding your fire energy. You're realizing, I think, ultimately, right, that you're the creator, right? And this is very important, this concept here. The Ace of Wands is also speaking to fire, is also speaking to the wielding of fire, but it's in a way that is almost like less directed even than the Daughter of Wands, I would say. Right? The Daughter of Wands, she takes her wand and she moves in the direction that is right for her based on what she wants to personally create. But the Ace of Wands is like, I'm going to take a chance kind of thing, right? I'm going to start something like totally new, like, right? It's the renewal of something. It's the renewal of passion. It's more abstract. It's more, it's less personal to you, right? And your personal direction. So I'm sensing that in regard to the situation that maybe was confusing, right? You could have technically tried to revive something in some shape or form. But you're like, wait a second. I want to dedicate and channel my fire energy, all of that energy that I have in Sagittarius. You are a fire sign. You have so much fire energy, right, at your disposal. You can create amazing things, right? We all have fire energy. We all do. But Sagittarius, and it depends. If you have a lot of Sagittarius in your chart, if you have, very little, if you have, it really depends, right? And if you want to know more about this, I have a service on my website. You could check it out. However, I'm sensing that you decided to rechannel, right? Instead of trying to revive this situation, right? And bring life back to it in some way. You were like, I'm going to channel it into a project or a path that means a lot to me and is going to bring me ultimate fulfillment. I'm going to express my truth in this project, whatever it is that I'm doing, right? In a way that's productive, right? This situation is not productive. People not seeing eye to eye, right? Not speaking their truth. There's resistance here. So you're like, okay, that's cool. I'm going to detour and I'm going to create. I'm going to be a creator, right? Rather than a victim, so to speak, right? Nobody is a victim. But this energy is stagnant, right? So you're like, I'm not just going to sit here and play this game and pretend that we're not seeing eye, whatever it is, right? I'm going to go straight into the High Priestess. Because look, also this card right here is pointing right over the fox. The sword that the fox is lying on is pointing right over to the High Priestess. Like, I'm not going to be here. I'm transforming, and this is where I'm going, into a higher place, into a place that speaks to my inner wisdom, right? I'm not going to play these petty games. I'm going to move towards my future, my soul path, my truth, right? And that's beautiful, beautiful, Sagittarius, okay? Continue down this very exciting, creative path. Channel that fire. Create. Everybody is a creator. You have an abundance of fire energy. An abundance. Use it towards something positive that lights up your soul. Look at this gorgeous citrine crystal. It's just catching my eye as I say this, right? To you guys. This speaks of passion, of creativity, of encouragement, of joy, of happiness, right? So tap into that space, right? Coming from within yourself. Continue to follow your intuition, right? Be one with yourself and with your personal truth. Okay? It seems that you're moving along a journey that is helping you transform greatly. Okay? And all power to you guys. Sagittarius, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading was helpful for you guys. I will be back with a last quarter moon reading that will be assessing the sort of energies of the full moon as they dissipate into the new moon period that we're approaching. All right, so going through the moon cycle, it's kind of interesting to see how the energies move through the month. That should be later this week. But sooner than that, most likely, I'll have your March reading. So it's already almost March. It should be interesting and exciting to see what comes for you guys along this very exciting journey. One that seems to be extremely creative, okay, and true to you guys. True to your soul purpose. Now, I highly recommend you guys to check out your ascendant, rising, or moon sign, as oftentimes those can provide further insights. I know that I tend to resonate a lot with my moon sign, all right? So if you don't know your signs, then you can click on the link below in the description box and put in your info there, your details, birth time, birthplace, etc. Just make sure that your birth time is correct, though, because a few minutes off can alter your signs. All right, so play around with it a little bit. Yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will try to get to them as soon as I can. All right? Thank you so much again, Sagittarius. Have a great February. Revel in that love, that passion, and whatever it is that you have for this amazing journey ahead. All right? It seems to be very, very exciting. Bye, Sagittarius. Have a great February.